Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhavatapa Pranashinne Ananda Ghanamurtaye Jnana Bhakti Pradayine Matastubhyam Namo Namaha. Jai Ma, Jai Ma. These are very difficult times going on right now, with the lockdown and people just getting virus every day, every day new cases, every day that's all that we get in the news. So I don't like to hear the news. So we'd rather do satsang. That's a much better idea, At least we are creating positive vibrations around. And this is the best thing we can do. Yeah, I think so. So now let's begin. I was talking about those 8 months that I had a harrowing time with that person in my life. But those 8 months, there was a beautiful silver lining. What was the silver lining? Ma was constantly with me those 8 months, because if this wouldn't have happened to me in my life, I wouldn't have changed. So whatever, at that point of time, we always think this is the worst thing that is happening to us. But if you really look, and really see what really happened, there's always something that turns out very good for you. And that was my case. Okay. So every day Ma would come, give me different experiences, talk to me. Like I had said that I had created this little wooden mandir in my room, and I really didn't know, how to place it and which disha and, what do I do? So every time there was a question in my mind, Ma would either answer it herself or send somebody. Now when my mandir was lying like that, she did send somebody to my house. It was one of my relatives only. And she says, you have a mandir in your room? I said, yes. So she said, how have you placed it? The disha has to be this, like east, west, whatever. I said, oh really? Well, how does one do it? So she said, you have to place it. Now how did she know? Tell me. I mean, why would she say something like this? So obviously everywhere there is Ma guiding and Ma teaching you things. Now, I used to sit to do my jap. I didn't know how to do it. So I would just take the mala and do jap. One day she comes, she must be watching me, whatever I was doing. So she comes and she had given me a Naam mantra, which I used to do occasionally, not like all the time. So one day she comes in my vision and she tells me, "Kya karti ho? Kya mantra bolti ho? Kya jap karti ho?" Means, what are you saying in English? If we say, what are you saying? What is the mantra that you are saying? And how are you doing it? You have to put it in a Gaumukhi, she said. Gaumukhi mein rakho. At that time I didn't know what Gaumukhi was, So I said, what? So in the morning I get up and I say, how am I doing the mala? I really don't know. What am I doing? I really don't know. And what is a Gaumukhi? She had clearly said that you can't keep the mala outside like this and do jap. You have to put it in the Gaumukhi. So I had to call up a few people to ask them, what is a Gaumukhi? So they said, oh, that little bag that you get, it's called a Vrindavani, which you hang like this and then you put your mala inside and hide it. Or a Gaumukhi, which goes in like a glove. And then you do. I said, oh, really? I said, where does one get that? So they told me the place in Bombay. I went running over there. Those days I was in a frenzy. It was like, I was on a total high because it was like Ma coming every day to me and instructing me, So I said, this is absolutely amazing. I've never experienced anything like this, that Ma is not in her body. And it's not like I can go and talk to her. But she comes every day to me, either in my vision or she comes personally and stands in front of me and tells me things and vanishes. And I said, I've never experienced anything like this. It's so beautiful. So it went on that way. One day I was sleeping in the night. And in my vision, what do I see? There is a cot. I'm lying down on the cot like a princess. Okay. And next to me, Ma is sitting on the bed. And I'm lying down. Can you imagine? She's sitting and she looked so beautiful, I can't tell you. She had jet black hair. Absolutely, her complexion was like cream and peaches, so beautiful it was. And she's looking down at me. And she looks at me like this because I'm lying down. And she says, मैंने तुमको कितनी बार बोला, तुम आ जाओ, तुम आ जाओ, तुम आ जाओ. Means how many times I have told you, come to me, come to me, come to me. Can you imagine this? My God, yes, I'm blessed. You know. So I was so cheeky. I take my finger, put it on her nose. Okay, she's sitting on my cot. I put it on her nose and I'm saying, "Par main aa gayi na, ma." Means I've already come, na. So after that, you know, what I saw was like the cot was on top of a mountain. And if I look down, there is a valley. And I wondered, I said, you know, these visions are not false, they are real, you know. I said, where is this place? You know, I don't know where to go. Is there an ashram of Ma somewhere where there is a place like this? I said, who do I ask? I wasn't in touch with anybody. No ashramite, no Bhaskarananji, no Nirvananji, nobody. I was not in touch with. I didn't know where they were because Ma left her body in 82. And all this was happening in my life in 95. The AC will be whirring, okay, because it's too hot in this room. So I hope it doesn't disturb you. Or we can just shut it off. Okay, just shut it off. So, you know, it was like, where am I? And who do I ask? Okay, now I think the sound is gone. Then what happened is, I decided to go to Kankhal because there was a Brahmin, there was a Pandit who used to constantly tell me, go to Kankhal where Ma Samadhi is and you see what she does. And I was saying, okay, we'll think about it, I'll go, let's see, you know, it went on that way. So this went on for a year. After 1 year, I went to the Samadhi, I went to Haridwar. And that was the first time I was going to Ma's Samadhi. And what happened in the Samadhi is again in this book, okay? The entire thing. So if you get the book, you will read everything. So I'm not doing the narration on that. So I went to the Samadhi and I was asking for Swami Bhaskarananji. And I was told that he was in Almora. So I said, okay. I said, now how do I contact him? So they gave me the number. I came back to Bombay and I called up Swamiji. And I said, Swamiji, you know, Ma has completely changed my life. And I want to sit with you and talk to you about all this, you know. So he says, you can write a letter to me. I said, no, I don't want to write letters and all. I want to personally come and see you. So he said, okay, come. And he was so sweet. He sent me a postcard stating that this is a hilly area. There are landslides over here. So please carry a shawl with you. It's cold over here. You carry a shawl, a sweater, a torch, you know, because suddenly the lights will go off. And you are used to a very comfortable life, you know. So if you are not comfortable in the ashram, you can stay in a hotel. So I said, my God, what does he think I am? You know, I said, no, Swamiji, I will stay in the ashram. So he said, you come, but be safe and this and that. I said, okay. Just like how a father or a mother would talk to you, he was talking to me in the letter. I was very touched. Then I went with some of my friends to Almora. And as soon as I entered, he was standing there. He was so happy to see me and I was so thrilled to see him. Almost after 12, 13, 14 years, you know. So he looked so different and everything. So I went up to him, did pranam and all that. And I said, Swamiji, there are so many things. I was so excited. It was like total high. So I said, Swamiji, I need to talk to you right now. He says, yes, come down. Just go have a bath, have lunch, then rest for a little bit and we can meet in the afternoon. I said, no, I haven't come here to rest and sleep and all that. I need to talk to you now, you know. So he said, okay, we'll chat for a little bit, then you go. I said, okay. Before I could say anything to him of what had happened to me all these 8 months, you know, the harrowing time I had, he told me, he says, don't say anything, I know everything. And Ma has saved you. That is our Ma. And he knew everything. So he said, Ma has really saved you and you are blessed. So I said, Swamiji, this was like amazing. I said, I have to tell you this, that I don't know where this place is, but you know, I was lying on this cot like this. There was a mountain and there was a valley and I don't know where this place was. And Ma said, tum aa jao, tum aa jao, tum aa jao. So he said, stop, I know, come with me. So I said, come with you where? He said, look, this is Padmanabji's room where Ma used to stay. And I'm taking you there. Your friends will not be allowed over there. Only you can come. I said, oh really? So he says, yes. I said, okay, fine. And I went with him, not knowing where he's taking me. He opens the door. I see this cot, the white cot that I was lying on. I see a window in the room, and there's this steep valley, and this room is on the edge of the mountain. Exactly what I saw in my vision. Believe me, friends, I just burst out crying. I couldn't control myself. I just fell on the floor and I said, Swamiji, because these kind of experiences I'd never had. So it was, and I think even if I had, anybody would just break down. I just broke down over there. I crumbled on the floor and I was weeping, making noises and weeping. So Swamiji just patted me and said, stay here. I'm locking the door from outside. And he said, this is what you saw. And Ma has sent you here. I said, my God. And then he shut the door and he says, I'm shutting the door. You sit here, concentrate and do your job. And only when I open the door, you come out. Otherwise, don't come out. Just sit here and take some photographs of this room. He said, this is Ma's picture. It's a very, very nice picture. Take a photograph and keep it with you. Now I've forgotten which photograph that was because I've got so many photographs. Otherwise, I would have sent it to you. I stayed there for an hour or so. Then he opened the door and I came out. Really, friends, I thought I had a new birth. This entire journey that I've been traveling on this path is so exhilarating. It's so beautiful that Ma does everything for you. Like I said, I didn't have any aspiration to come on the path at all. Like people say, how did you come on the path? Was it difficult? Was it hard? There was nothing like that because I was literally pushed. It was like Ma put a hand on my back and just pushed me. And here I am, and I just didn't know. The important thing, I think, this is my view. I don't know about everybody else. My view is that you have to be a clean slate here. If you have a lot of preconceived notions about everything, if you want to act smart, if you're a little uppity, if you think you know a lot and you want to be argumentative, it doesn't work. With Bhagavan, all these things do not work. You have to be clean here. It's like Thakurji, Ramakrishna Paramhans. He was like a little baby, like a little child. You approach God saying, I know nothing. Just fold your hands and say namaskar and say, I really don't know anything. Please teach me. I'm a bevkoof. I'm the biggest fool you can come across. Yes, now please teach me. If you approach God this way, yes, He takes you. He puts you in His lap. Ma does that. But if you want to show, no, I understand. This is what I understand and this is what I understand. Now give me an answer to this. It doesn't work. You have to be clean. Here, it shows on your face then. I think we should end it here and we will continue in the next video. Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Om Bhavatapa Pranashinne Ananda Ghanamurtaye Jnana Bhakti Pradayane Matastubhyam Namo Namaha.